What if I told you that you can write on real paper using real ink and watch your handwriting appear on your phone in real time? This might just be the future of writing. This video is sponsored by ink. So, this is the ink pen. It's just a regular pen that uses regular ink, but has some pretty cool secrets up its sleeve. You write just like you normally would on paper, but everything you write shows up digitally on your phone in real time. It kind of reminds me of the scene in Harry Potter where Umbridge makes Harry Potter write with a quill on paper and it shows up on his hand as like a punishment, except with the ink pen, it's showing up on your phone instead of your hand. Anyway, let me just jump right in and tell you how this thing actually works. Setting up the pen is actually really simple. You simply take off the cap, open the ink app on your phone or tablet, and just connect it via Bluetooth. The pen only works with these special ink notebooks that use something called dot paper. It's embedded with thousands of nearly invisible microdots that let the pen track exactly what and where you're writing. Kind of like a GPS for your handwriting. Each notebook has its own unique volume number printed on the cover, so when you open the app, you'll see your notes automatically, organized by notebook and page. They currently sell their notebooks in two different sizes. A full-size college-ruled notebook and a smaller A5 notebook that's a little bit more portable. And if you're more of a hardcover notebook person, that'll be coming soon as well. And as you write, your handwritten notes will appear live in your phone or tablet, and it's still cool to see it every time I use it. And if the app closes or you disconnect while writing, the pen actually stores your notes internally and syncs them back automatically once you reconnect. So you never have to worry about syncing or losing your notes while you're writing. Once you finish a notebook, you'll want to archive it in the app before starting a new one with the same type or volume number. That's how the ink app keeps everything organized, especially if you're using multiple notebooks. So that's the core of how it works. Real ink on real paper that instantly becomes digital. Now let's talk about what it's actually like to use this pen. The pen itself is barely bigger than a regular size ink pen. It comes in two different colors, black and white. I personally like the black and orange combination. Go orange. And there's also no separate power button. It automatically turns on when you take the cap off and turns off when you put it back on. I actually love how intuitive that is. It just works the way you would expect a pen to. There's also a light on the pen to show the battery status. Pulsing orange means charging and solid green means fully charged. It has a 100-day standby and up to 10 hours of non-stop writing on a single charge. Which means if you write or journal for about 30 minutes a day during the week, you won't have to worry about charging for about a month. And it fully recharges in 2 hours over USB-C, so it's really not something you'll have to worry about constantly. And the writing experience is pretty great, especially if you like writing on real paper. You're gonna love this. The pen has a contoured, textured grip, so it's very comfortable to hold for long periods of time. It also uses a standard D1 style ink refill, so you can easily swap it up when it runs dry. No proprietary cartridges or weird replacements needed. Ink does recommend using their own refills because they can't guarantee how the third-party ones will perform. But honestly, their refills are priced pretty reasonably, 10 bucks for a 5-pack, which is about the average price I found on Amazon. Each refill lasts about 100 pages of writing, so you won't be constantly swapping them out. We've covered a lot of the basic specs, so let's jump into some of the smart features. So everything you write in the ink notebook gets saved inside the app. And from there, it can actually auto-transcribe your handwriting into digital text. When your handwriting is clear, it does a really impressive job, but I noticed that when my writing started getting a little messy toward the end of a page, the transcription accuracy dropped a little bit. When that happens though, you can actually edit it manually. There's a little edit icon that lets you fix the transcription right inside the app, which is super convenient. But I think that's pretty fair since you can't expect it to transcribe messy handwriting with 100% accuracy. Beyond that, you can export your entire notebook as a PDF or even just single pages so you can share, archive, or back up everything you've written in one go. There's also an AI assistant called Quinn that lets you chat with your notes. You can ask it to summarize, pull key points, or find something you wrote days ago. And what's pretty cool is that it actually understands context, so it can pull insights from across multiple notebooks, not just one page, which makes it feel more like a real assistant than just a basic transcription tool. Another really clever feature is voice recording. You can record audio while you're writing, and later tap a line in your notes to jump right to that exact point in the recording, which is perfect for lectures or meetings. Just note that this feature is only available when you have the app open while you're writing. And since it tracks drawings and sketches too, it's not limited to text. You can mind map, doodle, or brainstorm, and it'll capture everything in the app. The pen itself also has built-in memory for about 75 pages, so even if your phone disconnects, it stores your writing internally and syncs everything later once you reconnect. And lastly, there's a web app where you can access your notebooks, transcriptions, and recordings from your computer. Everything syncs through your Ink account, so whether you're on your phone, tablet, or laptop, your notes are always backed up and ready to pick up where you left off. No manual exporting or backups needed. I know I just listed a lot of features, but I think that's what makes this pen a perfect bridge between digital and analog. I think this ink pen is perfect for anyone who still enjoys the feeling of writing by hand. Whether that's students taking class notes, people who like journaling, or anyone who just thinks better with a pen in hand but still wants their notes lived digitally. The writing set comes with both the pen and a notebook for $165, and there are no subscription fees or hidden costs. And refills are reasonably priced, about $10 for a 5-pack. And in my opinion, other than the upfront cost of the actual pen itself, the refills and ink notebooks are pretty comparable to what you'd spend on regular notebooks and pens. And if you're thinking about trying it, you can use my referral link down below for 30% off. Thank you again to Ink for sponsoring this video, and that's all I have for today. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in my next one. Bye now.